Hello people, this is Code Grind and in today's video we'll be creating a click effect using vanilla JavaScript. So this is what the effect will look like. Now whenever I click on the window we get these round objects with different colors. So this is the project which we'll be working in today's video. So let's get straight into it. So I've got this basic layout ready, linked in external CSS file in which we'll be doing all the styling part. And now let's get started with the HTML. The HTML part is very minimum in this program. The container div will wrap all our things inside this div, then just the heading of what we are doing today. So click effect using vanilla JavaScript. So it just says what we'll be creating in this project, and then we'll have our ring. This is the ring, that means the click effect. So this is it for the HTML part. Now let's get into the CSS. So we'll start our styling part by nullifying the browser's default settings, that is margin 0, padding 0, box sizing of border box, and at last a font family of Poppins. If you want to use the same font, then I'll give a link in the description from where you can download it and install it in your systems. Then we'll change the background color of the body to 091921 and a color of white. So this is a good background color if you want to work in dark mode. Now let's design the heading. Increase its font size, text align of center, and a margin top of 3em. Yeah, the heading looks good now. Now we'll select our ring, give it a position of absolute because we need to position it anywhere where the mouse is, the arrow cursor is clicked on. So the position of absolute is very necessary. Then a height of 80 pixels, width of 80 pixels, and a border radius of 50%. This will make it round. And a border color now, that will be 1 pixel solid white. So actually the color which we put in here is gonna be a random color which we will provide it using JavaScript, but just now for the visibility purpose I have given it a border of white. This is just right for right now. Now the next thing which you want to do is give it a z index of 999 so that it sits on top of everything, and by default it shouldn't be visible, so an opacity of 0. So this is it for the styling part. Now let's get into the JavaScript. So we'll start our JavaScript at the end of the body tag. We'll first select our ring. So in the const string variable, my document.querySelector dot ring. Now what we will do is whenever the arrow cursor is clicked on the window, we will run a function. So for that, window.add event listener, click, and here we will pass an event. Now what this event will do, we will know about it like this. Let's just console.log this event and I'll show you why we need it. Now when I go to the inspect element over here in the console, you see we have got this. So whenever I click, we get this mouse event. Now when I select any of these mouse events, we get these different properties. Now the property which we need is this page X and page Y. So page X is basically the position of the cursor from the left of the window, and page Y is the position of the cursor from the top of the window. So we need these properties to position the ring. So we will use them in let me show you how we will use them. So first of all, ring dot style dot top, this should be e dot page Y, which is the position of the cursor from the top of the window, plus pixels. The unit is very necessary, you can't miss that out. Then ring dot style dot left is equal to e dot page X plus pixels. Now let's see whether it's working or not. Oh, actually we have given it an opacity of 0, so let's change it for now. And now whenever I click on the arrow, we get the ring is positioned according to it, but the arrow is not exactly at the center of the ring. So to make it at the center, what we need to give is transform translate of -50% comma -50%. So you see now the arrow is exactly at the center of the ring. The tip of the arrow is exactly at the center of the ring. Now the next thing which we need to do is, let's make it back to opacity of 0. Now we need that animation. We actually need an animation so that it is appearing from the center of the arrow and it grows in size and then it disappears again. So for that we'll give it an animation the animation name will be click. And what this will do is, so by default we don't want it to have any height. Now in here we come to the defining the animation. So from opacity 1, so the animation will start from the opacity 1, and then the opacity will become 0.5, the height will become 80 pixels, and the width will become 80 pixels. Okay, so this is the animation, and now after the clicking event we need to add this animation to the link. So style.animation, click for, let's say, 0.4 seconds, linear. Let's hit save, and now when I click we get this animation, but it just worked for once. Now when I'm clicking on it we don't get the animation. So to get it multiple times we need to remove the animation again and again after it is performed once. So for that, let's run a set timeout function. Now what this timeout function will do is, basically we will call it after 400 seconds. Now what it does is, after 400 milliseconds, that is 0.4 seconds, which is the time for the animation, we will remove the animation from it. So the animation is performed, and then after 400 milliseconds we will remove the animation using style.remove property animation. Now we don't get it. Why is that? There must be some error in here. Oh, this should be inside double quotes because it isn't a variable. So you see, now wherever I click we get this animation. So this is working just fine. Now we need the random border color. So for that, let's just remove the border from here, and now we will generate a random color. So for generating a random color, we will create an array, let's call it colors, and we will provide some basic colors, like this is a pink color which I'll be using. This is a good pink color if you work in dark mode. Then you can have any colors in here. I am selecting the ones which I like, white, and then let's have dark orange. So this is the array. Now we want any of these colors at random. So to select a color from these 4 options at random, we first need to generate a random number. So for that, let's create a variable array number, and we'll run a function math.floor. Inside that, math.random into 4. So this will generate a number between 0 to 3, 0 and 3 inclusive. Now let's just alert this array number to see what we get. Actually, let's console.log it. When I go to the inspect element inside the console, now wherever I click, you see we get these random numbers between 0 to 3. So this is how you can generate any random number. If I make it 5, then we can generate a random number between 0 to 4. Now it depends upon the number of colors you have here. So if you have 4 colors, the value here will be 4. If you have 5, then the value will be 5. Now we need to select a random. We have generated a random number, but to select a random color, what we need to do is pass this random number to the array and store it inside a variable. So to store it, we will have another variable named color. So inside this color, we will have a random color each and every time when the mouse is clicked on the window. And now we will give this ring a border. So ring.style.border is equal to 2 pixels solid plus the color which we have selected. So now we got this teal colored border, then this orange, white, pink, orange. So this is how you can create a click effect with random colors and this animation. Now if you want more colors to it, you can add more colors, but don't forget to increase the number for the array number over here. And you can also make this animation of a different kind by changing this border to background color. So you can have any kind of effect which you want. So if we change the background color, this will look something like this. So this is how you can create a very amazing click effect using vanilla JavaScript. And if you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such amazing tutorials on CSS and JavaScript. And thank you for watching.